Well, that story forms the basis of our big question tonight, and we're actually asking you whether you think the medics should obey President Uhuru's order to return to work. We'd love to hear what you think. Do send us an SMS on 22155, or you can tweet us at KTN Kenya, or tweet me directly. My handle is at Kachungira, and we'll be taking a look at some of your responses later on in the program. Now, normal transport services have resumed to and from the capital of Southern Sudan, Juba, with reports that Kenyans aboard 15 buses and 3 flights had already left Juba by this afternoon on their way back to Kenya. However, there are concerns that many Kenyans may still be trapped in the troubled country as clashes continue in the outskirts of the capital. Betty Kyalo has the latest on the South Sudan situation.
Initial reports had suggested that Kenyans may have been in the process of evacuation. This was until Foreign Affairs Secretary Amina Mohammed told journalists this afternoon that normal transport services to and from Juba had resumed.
Most of those Kenyans that had wanted to come home for Christmas have left Juba in buses that left this morning. Most of them have already crossed over into Uganda. There were 2 buses that were full of our compatriots, Kenyans, and there were 13 other buses that had Kenyans, Ugandans, and other nationalities.
However, reports from the ground indicate that a number of Kenyans working in South Sudan were expecting to be evacuated by the government as fighting continues in the outskirts of the capital. Officials from the Kenyan Foreign Affairs Ministry, speaking on condition of anonymity, insisted that Juba was normalized, but hundreds of Kenyans may be trapped in the rural state of Jonglei. Sources within UNIMIS, the UN mission in South Sudan, said clashes between 2 army factions may have spread to Jonglei as those loyal to the former Deputy President Riek Machar face off with those loyal to the government of Salva Kiir.
In Jonglei state itself, we have about 800 Kenyans. So as you can see, we have a considerable number of Kenyans in South Sudan. And if at any time they wish to return home, we will facilitate their return.
Latest reports from the region indicate that 10 major political figures linked to the alleged coup attempt on Sunday have been arrested and are currently being interrogated. However, the man believed to have been the mastermind of the attempted coup, former Vice President Riek Machar, is still being hunted by security forces. But in a phone interview with the BBC, Machar denied having attempted to stage a coup, accusing President Salva Kiir of inciting ethnic violence. Latest pictures from the region show a dire humanitarian situation, with thousands of families having been uprooted from their homes following the violence that shocked the country on Sunday.
I'm asking these people, especially the leaders of South Sudan, to have unity at least, to unite these people of South Sudan, to make them one people, one country.
South Sudan's leaders confirmed that more than 400 people had lost their lives since the fighting began on Sunday night, although UN sources put the number of those killed at 500. About 800 are receiving treatment in a number of medical camps and hospitals in and around the capital.
A lot of people have lost their lives. The number may go to 400, 500.
Even as relative calm returned to the capital with heavy deployment of security forces, there is still heavy fighting in neighboring states, including Jonglei. Betty Kyalo, KTN.